Hey, what's going on, everybody? Some of you guys might know me from Facebook. Some of you may listen to the Dedan Tolbert Show that airs weeknights at 9 o'clock. But, I want to come back. It's been a while since I did my last video blog. And, there's been a lot of talk about this Nightline special, about why so many successful black women are single. And, that's an issue that I talk about on my show and on Facebook quite often. But I felt like these video blogs would be a better way to get my point across a little bit more clearly. So let me just start with, ladies, men look for three things in a woman, okay? It doesn't matter what kind of Gucci bag you have, what type of Prada bag you have, what type of house you just bought. Newsflash, ladies, everybody has those things. Everybody just got their masters. Everybody has a nice savings account. It's really nothing special. To be quite honest with you, a lot of people have nice bodies. A lot of people have cute faces. Ladies, the three things men look for, the most important thing men look for, are a great personality, emotional availability, and a high level of respectability. Now, let me just break those three things down, because y'all might say, well, I have those things, or that's me and all my girlfriends. But guess what, ladies? The vast majority of women in this country do not have all three things. That is the real reason, or three of the real reasons, why so many successful black women are single. Let me break them down a little bit. Personality, all right? To have a great personality, you must not have an attitude. You can't be sarcastic. You really have to be nice. You have to be humble. You have to be personable. You have to be comfortable in your own skin. A lot of women are not that. Okay? A lot of people have been hurt. They've been dogged. So as a result of that behavior by men, as a result, they're bitter, they're lonely, they're depressed. They're often very jaded and have chips on their shoulder and have this emotional baggage, which often causes a high level of emotional unavailability or baggage or basically bitterness. So that all ties into personality, ladies. So just don't hear that and be like, okay, well, he's just tripping. No, but really listen, because a lot of women don't have great personalities. That's going to be a huge turnoff to men specifically looking to settle down with good women. Now, the second thing is respectability. A lot of women claim to be great women and claim to be respectable women. But so many women, you log on here on Facebook, they got their whole chest out, they got their whole ass out, they're on there taking these ass shots, with their hands on the hips. And ladies, that's all well and good, but that is not going to make a man say, wow, she's my next girlfriend. Let me go introduce her to my friends. Let me bring her home to mom. No, they're going to be like, let me take her home and let me hit that. Let me bend her over. Let me see how she arches her back, and then never call her again. Now, that type of behavior is not cool, it's not right, it's not justified, but it's real. If you come off like a freak, if you come off as a woman who does not respect herself, you're going to be labeled a freak, or put into the jump off category. That is what's going on out here in today's society. These women are taking these, look at these Beyonce videos, they're putting on their freakum dresses, and they're saying, wow, I'm going to emulate Nicki Minaj, I'm going to be sexy, I'm going to get a whole bunch of picture comments on Facebook get the thumbs up, and a whole bunch of guys telling me I'm sexy. That is what's going on. You look out here, and I'm not saying that's everybody, but a lot of women come off as overly sexual. That's why you see 42% of black women who have never been married, meaning men are overlooking those women and choosing to find women or look for women who come off like they respect their bodies. And there's so much more to that, but if for more, definitely tune into my special on why so many successful black women are single, which can be found at Dadan'sPlace.net. The third thing, and in my opinion, the most important reason or main reason why so many successful black women are single is because of emotional unavailability. These women out here are in love with exes. They're still having sex with exes. They're brokenhearted as a result of exes. They are having casual sex with friends with benefits, jump off situations. Ladies, all those things I just named will leave you emotionally unavailable. They will leave you jaded. They will leave you with chips on your shoulder, even if you don't necessarily recognize it. We see it. A lot of women have the mentality, the mindset that once they meet Mr. Right, they'll cut off that ex-boyfriend. They'll cut off that friend with benefits. But guess what, ladies? It's too late, because once we meet you and we already see that you are unavailable emotionally, you're immediately being put into the jump off category. That's it. You know what I mean? And he's already on to the next one. Now, that doesn't mean that he won't have sex with you, because he will, and he will continue to have sex with you, but all the while looking at you as just a sex toy. Meanwhile, telling you, oh yeah, babe, I'm going through something work-wise, I'm trying to get my mind right, my money right, all this stuff, but you're just being strung along. Next thing you know, that 2-month jump off friends with benefits situation turns into a 2-year situation. You still don't have a commitment. You still don't have a ring. Next thing you know, you're 28, you're 29, still dealing with this same dude. And a lot of times it's specifically because of the emotional unavailability that you presented to that man when he first met you. Ladies, it's so important to cut that baggage, cut off those friends with benefits. Some of y'all are saying, well, Dedan, I'm single. I'm not dealing with anybody. Why can't I have a little bit of sex? Sex is the #1 reason why so many women out here are single. Sex is the #1 reason why black women have so much AIDS. You know, HIV is the #1 killer among African American women in this country, and it's because of casual sex. It's not because of these DL brothers out here. It's because of casual sex. A lot of women are not even waiting 90 days. Steve Harvey's ridiculous with that whole concept, but y'all aren't even doing that. A lot of y'all are taking these men home on the first night. You're not even waiting 2 weeks, let alone 90 days. So ladies, stop having so much sex. I'm not going to put a time frame on it. Stop having sex. We live in a society where people are overly sexual. Stop having sex. Nobody wants to say it. I'm saying it. Stop having sex. Keep your legs closed, and you will avoid many of these uncomfortable circumstances that you find yourselves in. I've talked your ears off. Hopefully, I've shed light on these subjects for you. Listen to the Dedan Tolbert Show 5 nights a week by calling 646-200-0366 or logging on to my social network, DedansPlace.net.